Do you know you
Wow.
like our new theme music, Modern Sales Meltdown?
Sam is still working on it. We really no song found, and why?
Because it's mine. It's ours, actually. It's ours, actually. It's ours. It's ours.
Is it ours?
Yes, because I edited it.
They nicked the sounds and musical structure and all of that kind of stuff from living and dead actual artists, and then you type in a prompt, and then there is something in there from Pearl Jam. Really, I would credit Pearl Jam with some of that. And then you wrote a few sentences as a prompt, and out it came with that. Is that real music?
It wasn't quite that simple. It took me a good 5 or 6 hours to come up with that. It took the basic structure from AI, and then I actually streamed it out and cut it into stems. I edited the drums and changed it to a MIDI drum setup, and I used my own MIDI kit for that. So those are my MIDI sounds.
Lyrics as well came into other songs later.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not as simple as the original raw one. Didn't sound as clean as that either.
And why did you go for the sort of the rock thing?
Because you like rock.
I like rock.
Well, I quite like rock. I mean, I started out at rock. I started out in punk, but really,
as did both of us.
Yeah, but I kind of went down the jazz route, didn't I? So I'm much more.
I stayed in punk.
Yeah, you stayed somewhere. And interestingly enough, today's topic, which is you brought door knocking back, we started, all of us, to one extent, or I certainly did in my sales career, door knocking. And then
the old ones, you've got to be our age to have done door knocking. Because by the time people, even just 10 years younger than us,
right,
started in sales, marketing had already killed door knocking.
Right, but here we are back. It's like everything else, like music, like fashion. It goes in cycles, and well, it's a swing of the pendulum. Because, like for instance, I remember in the 80s, everybody wearing flares. Yeah, love my bell bottoms, love it, mate. And then 70s wouldn't be seen dead in them, and then sorry, not 70s, 90s wouldn't be seen dead, and then in the noughties, and now flares are back.
Well, yeah, it's like, I mean, I wore flares as a child in the 70s,
right,
and then they came back in the 90s,
right,
yeah. And they've made various, but that's fashion. I don't know if the marketing thing is as cyclical, because
I'll tell you the reason why it is. Because people get not so much bored, but annealed to one marketing channel or another. So for instance,
fashion changes every season. I think marketing changes every few years, 5 years or so. Yeah. So back in the day when you and I started, we were still door knocking. Yeah. Which means for those people at home, that we would walk down the road and knock on doors. Now, I'm not going back as far as selling brooms and cleaning products at people's homes. I didn't do home door knocking, but I effectively did door knocking. There were times in my career where I was in the city, I was selling to all of the banks. Behind every little door in the city of London, there's another institution or bank or some sort of high-rolling professional services company, right? And they would be our clients. We'd knock on their doors. We'd say, yo, can I show you my price sheet? And that's kind of like how we would do it. We didn't all do it then, because already by then, there'd been so many door knockers that the people whose doors they were knocking on, they got fed up with this. Yeah, it was just, no, I'm not buying off the doorstep. And we even started to see signs, no salesman. Yeah, no door knockers. Right?
Well, no cold callers. That was the thing. No cold callers.
Then we thought, not me, marketing people, they noticed that if you phone someone up, it would be, oh, hello, a phone call for me. Yes, that's me. Yeah, thank you. Oh, really? What computers? Yes, I'm your IBM. Yes. Please come in. Yeah. But then marketing people got hold of that, and they realized, hang on a second, we've got to phone these guys, right? And suddenly, you couldn't get thing. And secretaries' jobs changed overnight. They had to batting off all of these cold callers. Yeah,
mean
actually, all of them. We had letters. Do you remember letters?
Do you remember do you mean calling them gatekeepers now?
I don't like that term, but yeah, that's when we call them gatekeepers. So before that, even there were letters. You know, it used to be you'd get a personalised letter.
Right.
Wow, a letter for me, addressed to me personally. Open it up. Oh, when we're going past your office and we noticed that your signage was really old-fashioned and stuff. Would you like us to? Oh yeah, lovely, cool. And then the marketing people got hold of that, and suddenly whoosh, junk mail, piles of it straight into the round file. Yeah, done. I remember the days of the early days of email. I was working at IBM, and we must have been one of the first companies, unsurprisingly, IBM, and we had our own email system. It was just internal, and it was called the National Office Support System, NOSS, NOS. So you'd have all these IBMers going around the different offices. Have you got NOS? Because you could only use it from an IBM terminal. Have you got a NOS terminal? Have you got a NOS terminal? NOS. Have you got NOS here? Right? When NOS went down, everything stopped. But I remember the days when you'd get an email and, oh, an email addressed to me. Oh, yes. Do I want help with my print? Yeah, with my print? Oh gosh, yes, we do. That printer, yeah. Yes, please come and see us. Who is it? Xerox? Yes. Oh, I've heard of you. Right, and then so Xerox would do that, and they'd email you, and you'd get this. But then marketing people got hold of that. Bam, whoosh! Every email's spam. Now we have software to take out 98% of what lands in your inbox, and still half of it spam. Social media, Facebook. You know, where did you go to school? Oh yeah, oh I remember playing rugby with you. Yeah, that was so cute. Oh, what do you do now? Oh really? That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, you're in double glazing. Definitely. Yeah. And then marketing people, like, eh? And then
are you putting forward that marketing people ruin everything? Is that what you're
marketing people ruin? Well, marketing people and children ruin everything for everyone.
And dogs.
No, dogs don't ruin
dogs can ruin everything too. Well, no, they're lovely. But look, here's the thing. And this is why I'm going to stick with my prognosis. The reason why it does this, and the same with fashion, why fashion changes, is because people get bored and it becomes saturated. Everybody's wearing hot pants. Everybody's wearing whatever, and then it goes off. Oh, that was so last season. The seasons may be longer, but there's still seasons. And I think what happens is now, for instance, if I sent through or somebody sent me through a beautiful gilt-edged invitation to something, I think, oh, me? Oh, special, because I get so little mail. And
there was a time when somebody in probably the 90s started sending thank you cards, handwritten thank you cards to his clients, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens? The first people that received it, oh, that's so nice. Oh, yeah, of course we'll renew our service. That's amazing. Then the marketing people get hold of it, and suddenly everybody's sending thank you cards. They're printing these things. They are mail merging these things. You automatically get not just a thank you card, but a thank you pack, which now includes the upsell and the cross sell and the we'll send you a pen. You know, so
and a pen with your details on it and the renewal date printed on the side.
Okay. So what I'm saying here is the door knocking thing. It's one of the early forms. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why it's going to be hard for marketing people to replicate the door knocking is because it's graft. It's human graft. It is a human being physically knocking on the door of somebody. Now, before you start thinking, is David Chernick bashing down the doors of his neighbors or going to other neighborhoods? And no, I'm not selling a consumer product, right? I'm selling a business to business product generally. Okay. Now, I do some mentoring and stuff like that. And for that, I get most of my business through referrals. Okay. So I work that referral marketing thing hard. But when I really want to get in front of a particular business or a clearly defined set of businesses, and when they are in perhaps saturated marketplaces. So, for example, I just did it with a client who's actually a supplier as well, and looking for trades, particularly trades businesses and showroom businesses for web services and for paid for ads, right? Two quick to sell products. He's got a whole load of other stuff, automation systems, all of that kind of stuff, software integration, whatnot. However, this business is looking for some quick wins, right? Which is websites and Google ads in that industry. So let's knock on some doors. You can walk down, you can prepare in advance. Yeah, you find a local area, your own local area. You go onto maps.google.com. You type in this case, kitchen companies. You find all the nearest kitchen companies. You write them on a list. You add all of the bathroom companies, all of the other showroom companies, the trades companies, that electrician, that plumber supply thing, that car mechanic workshop behind the shops that has got 10 cars in there at any one time. You know, and you walk down the street, you're Googling their website. Let's have a look at their website. It's crap. You're Googling them to see their business. They don't feature in the search results. They've got 2.5-star reviews, whatever. You walk in there. Yeah, you can see on Company's House, if you want to be that prepared, who the director is. Yo, is Jimmy? And you knock the doors right now. It's difficult because, yes, it's time consuming, and it's difficult because it really requires some, what do you call it? Let's think of a polite word for it. I mean, well, it requires you to have some self-confidence, right? Enough, not that much self-confidence, enough self-confidence to help you do that walk in and pitch, right? Which takes practice, same as anything else. And there is a level of discomfort. I liken anything really in sales, because it's not life or death. So the maximum discomfort is going to be the equivalent of jumping into a cold swimming pool. Yeah, it's uncomfortable at first, but then by the time you've got your waist under, you know, and your head under, fine, you can acclimatise quite.
I don't know if I would say I am now, but I remember there was a period of time where I used to love that. It was such a buzz, especially for that 1 in 10 times where it would go superbly well. And
I mean, superbly well, right? So I'll just share with you some results. Okay. Okay. So in the last few weeks, I've done it twice with clients. I spent an hour with a client. In fact, I probably spent about an hour and a quarter with the client. A quarter of an hour just sort of preparing, or really just getting into the right mindset. Yeah. And anyway, so then we took to the streets, we walked around, and we were looking there for these high street spa chains, mini chains, beauty and well-being things, barbers, restaurants and clubs.
Right.
So,
and you'd already pre-identified ones that you were going to target, or did you just walk about?
You know, a little bit, but mainly did that for the comfort of the client, right? In order to give the client enough confidence, right? Because the main thing is you walk in up to the business, you Google them before you go in, right? Who have we got here? And we went into a club that actually is in Istanbul. You go down a thing and it's underground. It used to be, I think, like a snooker club or something. Guy recently bought it, websites and all that. Yeah. Went inside, fantastic space. They've got a great product offering, really enthusiastic, delighted to see us. Delighted to see us.
What were you selling?
What were we selling? We were selling things like Google reviews.
Yeah. Getting them better known.
Getting them better known, yeah. I mean, basically filling their tables, getting their bookings up. You know, a lot of restaurants and clubs, they might be busy 1 or 2 nights a week, but what's happening the rest of the night? Are they optimizing the pricing and deals in order to fill all those tables on a Tuesday because nobody, whatever? Yeah. Are they optimizing where their opening times are? Are they optimizing their reviews that they're getting? You know, are they marketing those things? Are they updating all the stuff that Google wants you to be updating? Are they doing any paid? Yeah. Where are they marketing? all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's what they're selling. Same goes with some of these local sort of spa businesses and beauty and wellbeing things that have, you know, people that either pay for rooms that they rent there or desks, or they're all employees. If they're not all doing their fee earning work, they've got capacity.
Right.
Yeah. And so you want to fill that capacity as much as possible.
Right.
Right. And that's what marketing does. Okay. So it's that. So of course we got a wonderful reception. Who does it? Nobody else does that. No web company or online marketing company has ever knocked on their doors, ever. So you will be the only one.
So
until this kicks off again because of this video, and then all the marketing companies will see it again. And the marketing,
no,
everybody's going to be on the streets. There's going to be flocks of, but it probably won't be as much as with the postal things or the mail things or the DM.
No,
things.
It got to the stage where you could put
this
a waste.
Requires a human. This is a human, and we're going to have to wait for actual robots, which might not be that far away, to do it because it's physical.
Yeah, but it's you know, it would never work with a robot, I don't think.
Well,
especially not if you got a robot receptionist.
Robots talking to robots. Well, look, we're at that point now, anyway.
Well, I did a small post about that the other day. It's with I think it was, I read it gone up nearly 400%. Of the amount of messages that are generated by AI, and not quite as much, but a very high percentage on last year of number of responses being done with AI, which then becomes comical because then you've got AI in and AI out.
I want to talk to AI. And tell you what, ChatGPT, you can take this call. Yeah, Siri, answer that call and deal with it.
Well,
you know, I mean, there's even on emails now. My AI on my email systems, my email now say summarize. What is this email? I mean, I got a beautiful one the other day from somebody who has actually been a client of mine who wrote quite a long email, which was basically a beautifully constructed email, of course, because I had to coach them how to write beautiful emails, right? So it was very, very well constructed. And I opened it because I recognized who it was from, which is the most influential factor in whether someone will open your email, by the way, pro tip, if they recognize the name who it's from. Anyway, so I opened it, and then there's a little button saying summarize this email. And I pressed on it, and it basically in one line just said, they're trying to sell you for the. That's it. I think it said former client. I think it said former client trying to sell you their whatever it was. So you know, so we can do that as humans. We can learn from that and be direct. Every door knock that we do with the physical conversations that we have, human to human, not only do we get leads out of that and turn leads into prospects and then into qualified and then clients. Not only do we get that, but we are informing ourselves as to how to program AI to do what I would do if I had 10 arms.
Oh God! And on that bombshell, thank you so much, David Treacle Chernick. He's brought door knocking back. Who'd have thought it? Until next time. Not all doors will remain closed if you knock on them, and I guarantee them, if you're providing any service that you can show them that they need and that it's at a sensible price point, they'll probably rip your arms off because nobody else is door knocking, at least for the next 5 minutes, until marketing destroys everything yet again. Until the next time, try and keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, and knock some doors down. Until next time, goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.